Have you ever wondered why your legs feel weaker even when you're eating well, exercising, and doing everything right? Why do stairs seem steeper, or getting up from a chair suddenly takes longer? It isn't always just age sometimes. The quiet culprit is hiding in plain sight right on your plate. Here's the part almost no one talks about. As we get older, the rules change. Muscle naturally declines on average about 3 to 8% per decade after 30, with the slide accelerating after 60, so the margin for error shrinks. At the same time, a sizable share of older adults meet criteria for sarcopenia, which is linked to slower gait and lower strength. Global estimates put it around 10 to 16% in the elderly. Metabolism and circulation also shift. Nearly 3 in 10 adults 65 plus live with diabetes, which can sap muscle and nerve function, while circulation problems like peripheral artery disease rise sharply with age and can impair leg endurance. Against that backdrop, not every fruit plays nice with aging legs. Some varieties pack fast-acting carbs, acids, or other compounds that can drive blood sugar swings, stoke inflammation, or aggravate joint and nerve sensitivity, subtly eroding strength, balance, and ease of movement over time. The damage creeps in. A sudden calf twinge here, a nagging thigh ache, their knees that feel tight after a short walk. So, today we're counting down 7 fruits that people over 60 may want to avoid, especially if you're safeguarding your legs from chronic strain, pain, and decline. None of them is harmless just because it looks wholesome. If staying strong, steady, and pain-free matters to you, stick with me to the end. This might be the wake-up call your body's been waiting for. And before we dive in, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the rest of this series. If this message resonates, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your voice helps us get life-saving insights to more people. 7. Mango. Think of a rich tropical crowd pleaser, soft, juicy, and nearly candy-like. If a simple fruit can nudge blood sugar, imagine the most popular one, mango, the true sugar bomb. Loved by almost everyone, especially in summer, it hides a tougher reality for older adults with leg pain and joint weakness. Its high natural sugar load doesn't trickle into your system. It surges, driving blood glucose sharply and rapidly upward. That surge is easier to tolerate when you're young and active. After 60 metabolism shifts, a spike in insulin is followed by a crash, and with it comes inflammation that settles deep in the joints and surrounding soft tissues. The fallout can show up as burning in the toes, persistent tingling, evening swelling around the feet, or a creeping heaviness in the legs, especially when nerve health is already compromised. Because mango tastes light and refreshing, it rarely feels like a big food, making it easy to overeat and magnify the problem. But your body doesn't respond to the sensation of lightness, it responds to sugar. Over time, that response can mean unsteady legs, joint discomfort, and a slower, more cautious gait. Many seniors think of mango as a wholesome natural treat. Natural, yes, but that doesn't make it friendly to aging joints or sluggish circulation. So even while 7 fruits often get hailed for their benefits, there are real trade-offs for those over 60. 6 green apples. Crisp, clean, and unmistakably green. This fruit looks like the safe choice with its less sweet taste, yet it can hide triggers for hip discomfort, tight knees, and nighttime cramps. Let's talk about green apples. Because they taste less sugary, many, especially older adults, assume green apples are the healthier, low-sugar snack. But they can quietly set off leg pain, stiffness, and fatigue. 2 culprits are at play: malic acid and their naturally occurring sugars. First, malic acid, the source of that tart bite. It's well tolerated by younger people, but in older adults, it can irritate tissues, including joints. With age, the gut lining grows more sensitive, and some people notice sharp hip or thigh pain after eating apples, while others report knee rigidity or a subtle heat in the feet. The onset can be gradual, but as acid exposure accumulates, the discomfort becomes more frequent. Then there's the sugar. Even if green apples taste less sweet than red varieties, they still deliver natural sugars that can cause blood glucose swings in slower, older metabolisms. The fallout may include tired calves, nighttime leg cramps, morning stiffness, or feeling weak on the stairs. What makes this tricky is timing and habit. Green apples are often eaten raw as a quick snack or right before bed, prolonging their effects. Despite their wholesome, pure image, they may be quietly making walking harder, tightening joints, and turning evenings restless in aging bodies. 5. Oranges. Now, to a fruit synonymous with wellness and vitamin C front and center at breakfast and in immunity drinks. For older adults, though, that sunny citrus can deliver a stealthy acid strike to the joints. Oranges are bright, fragrant, and everywhere, from morning platters to supplement labels. Their vitamin C reputation is strong, yet for people in their 60s and beyond, there's a less pleasant side. Joints often don't tolerate the acidity that gives oranges their zing. In those already dealing with arthritis, stiffness, or underlying inflammation, that citrus load can quietly provoke trouble. The fallout can look like persistent hip aches, leg pain, after sitting a while, creeping swelling, tighter movement, and knees that grow noticeably stiff by morning. It's easy to blame age alone, but the very discomfort you're trying to avoid may be amplified by that healthy glass of orange juice. Here's why citric acid doesn't stop at the stomach. Once absorbed, it can aggravate sensitive joint tissues, and when combined with the fruit's natural sugars, it can nudge blood glucose upward. The result is body-wide puffiness. Ankles, calves, and knees become inflamed, turning each step heavier and more uncomfortable. Younger people may sail through without issue, but for aging joints and slower circulation, oranges can have a subtler cumulative impact, the hardest part. Because oranges wear a health halo, you eat or drink them believing you're helping, only to discover they may not be serving you as well as you thought. 4. Watermelon. Notice the pattern. If regular grape snacking has left you stiffer and more swollen, other healthy fruits can be just as tricky. Take watermelon, famed for being hydrating, lush, and vividly refreshing. Don't be fooled, it tastes like water, but metabolically it behaves like sugar. Light, crisp, and the emblem of summer watermelon is widely seen as a safe, low-calorie way to hydrate. Here's the catch. Its glycemic index is exceptionally high, sending blood sugar soaring much like candy. For older adults, those repeated spikes take a toll, especially on the legs. Here's what's happening. A rapid rise in glucose triggers an insulin surge. With age, insulin regulation grows less efficient, and the aftermath is inflammation, particularly in areas with weaker circulation. The consequences show up where you feel them, most knees, ankles, and calves. Fatigue soon after eating, a dull ache, even on short walks, and swelling around the ankles that lingers. Suddenly climbing the stairs feels like scaling a mountain. Deceptively delicate watermelon invites overeating. One slice becomes 2, then 3, ratcheting up at sugar load, physiological stress, and inflammation. It's misleading you. Think you're drinking water, yet your legs grow heavier, circulation falters, and blood sugar climbs. So, does watermelon truly hydrate older bodies, or does each bite subtly raise movement discomfort? If you eat it often and your legs have been feeling more drained, it may be time to rethink that habit. 3. Grapes, bananas get all the credit for muscle support. But what if something even smaller packs a similar punch in the opposite direction? Small, charming, and oh-so-innocent grapes can still light a fire in your joints. They look harmless, bite-sized, juicy, effortless to snack on. Their reputation is sterling, heart-friendly, and loaded with antioxidants. Yet many older adults don't realize that grapes can nudge leg discomfort, stiffness, and inflammation. The reason is fructose, a sugar rapidly handled by the liver, and in excess converted into fat and uric acid. Trouble begins when the liver can't keep pace. Uric acid then accumulates in joints, especially toes, ankles, and knees, provoking burning soreness and swelling. Even short walks can feel burdensome. Think stabbing nighttime pain in the big toe or calves that tighten without warning. Sometimes just a handful of grapes is enough to tip uric acid upward. Fructose also fuels low-grade persistent inflammation, inviting rigidity, pressure, and slower movement. And grapes are easy to overdo. Their size encourages constant nibbling. 2 or 3 cups disappear before you notice, and the sugar load mounts quickly. So, While they may look like the perfect healthy snack with age, they can slowly chip away at leg comfort and flexibility. That sweetness, it turns out, can hide a sting. 2. Banana. The damage may be subtle, but it's real after seeing how even anti-inflammatory pineapple can backfire on aging legs. Consider the next crowd favorite bananas, Tasty Soft, famed for potassium and muscle strength, yet potentially misleading. Bananas are soft, sweet, and potassium-rich, celebrated for boosting energy and warding off cramps. For older adults, the story shifts their natural sugars, and fast-digesting carbohydrates drive a rapid rise in blood glucose, triggering insulin spikes, and over time, a body that pushes back against insulin. When this happens, repeatedly circulation takes a hit, and inflammation climbs. The fallout shows up in your legs, post-meal heaviness, tight calves, and a dull ache during walks or when climbing stairs. There's more. Bananas can also encourage fluid retention, and especially in those with heart issues, leaving joints stiff and feet and ankles swollen, a quiet creeping effect. You reach for bananas believing they will support your muscles. Instead, they may be gradually undermining you. The impact builds over time, more discomfort, harder movement, not necessarily all at once. If your legs often feel heavy, sore, or puffy, it may be time to reconsider which fruits are on your plate. 1. Pineapple. Praised for its anti-inflammatory edge, thanks to bromelain, pineapple can paradoxically backfire for older adults. Tropical, juicy, and delicious, it carries a twist. Alongside its benefits come natural sugars and pronounced acidity that can work against aging bodies. As we grow older, blood vessels become more delicate and less tolerant of rapid sugar surges. Pineapple delivers a swift bump in blood glucose, and repeated spikes can strain the tiny vessels that feed your legs, feet, and muscles. Over time, circulation slips, oxygen delivery falls, and familiar problems follow: swelling, fatigue, and pain. A short walk leaves a dull, dragging ache, knees stiffen when you stand, and ankles may throb after a day of sitting. Its acidity adds another layer. For those already dealing with arthritis or inflammation, that citrusy bite can aggravate sensitive joints, like fanning flames in the knees, hips, and ankles. Some people notice a heavy weakening sensation in their legs after eating it. There's also the medication angle. Bromelain can interact with certain drugs, especially blood thinners, altering their effects. The real risk, though, is how quietly this all unfolds. There's no dramatic warning. The changes creep in until you realize you don't move like you used to. Many seniors never suspect that a fruit they eat for health might be nudging along their year-to-year leg weakness. You don't need to ban pineapple entirely, but consider cutting back, particularly if you're dealing with chronic leg pain or unexplained swelling. Here's the encouraging turn: some fruits do the opposite. They quiet inflammation, ease joint discomfort, and support strong, steady legs. Now that you know which ones to limit, let's focus on the choices that actively help your body heal, rather than just fill you up. Begin with berries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. These small powerhouses are packed with antioxidants, naturally low in sugar, and gentle on blood glucose. Just as important, they support circulation in the lower limbs, helping to reduce swelling, loosen stiffness, and make movement feel easier. Cherries earn a place too. Used thoughtfully, they can help lower uric acid, taking the edge off gout flares and joint soreness. A modest handful can calm burning sensations in the knees and toes and soothe general aching. Don't overlook avocado. Yes, it's a fruit and one of the best for joint health. Its abundant healthy fats cushion joints from the inside and dial down systemic inflammation. Avocado also helps steady insulin responses, delivering consistent energy without those sharp blood sugar swings. If you want something easy to digest, reach for papaya. This soft tropical fruit supplies enzymes that support digestion, while tempering inflammation, making it gentle on the stomach and kind to aging joints. And remember, pears enjoy them alongside a little protein to balance the natural sweetness. They offer a light touch of sugar without overload, providing energy without putting extra strain on your legs. Each of these fruits contributes to vitality, balance, and comfort. They don't bloat you or leave you aching. The goal isn't simply eat fruit, but choose the varieties that fit your season of life. Make those intentional swaps, and you'll feel the difference. Here's the truth. Easier mornings aren't luck, they're built. One small, consistent choice at a time. Swap one fruit, adjust one plate, add one mindful walk, and your body will respond. Muscles adapt, circulation improves, joints quiet down. Age is a season, not a sentence, and smarter fuel can help you reclaim steadier steps, smoother motion, and longer-lasting energy. Start simple. Choose fruits that respect your joints and nerves. Berries, a modest handful of cherries, creamy avocado, gentle papaya, a pear paired with protein. Give it a week. Notice how your legs feel getting out of bed, taking the stairs, or walking after dinner. This isn't about perfection. It's about momentum. Small wins compound into real change. I'd love to hear from you. What's the first swap you'll make this week? Tell us in the comments so others can learn from your plan. If this helped even a little, tap like and share it with someone who could use a friendly nudge. For practical science-backed steps, you can use right away subscribe and turn on notifications. That way you won't miss the next guide to stronger legs, calmer joints, and more confident movement. Your independence travels on your legs. Let's protect them together.